All right. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bamboozle Live with your host, Lavalais. Glad to have you back again this year. Happy New Year to everyone. Last year was we created the beginnings of this show together, you and I. So this year we are off to a new start. So we have our co-host, Miss Ella Isaac, along with me today, and will be joining me for our shows for the future. So, would you welcome Ella to the show?
Hello, everybody. I am delighted to be here. It's such a thrill, and I'm looking at everybody coming in the room and saying hello and happy new year to us. So it's awesome to be here to co-host this show with Lavalais. We're going to have a good time. I think that's really important. We're going to have a good time. Yes,
Yeah. We've known each other for a lot of years,
yes, we have.
and we seem to have some the same ambition. So we're going to try and put together a show that we hope that you will like. We've produced two BAM shows, Black Artist Marketplaces. Am I correct?
Oh,
Right?
yes. Amazing shows. We had that Black Friday show, and we had another show in December. I believe it was December 18th, 19th, and 20th. And such a lineup of artists that we are introducing to you, and we're going to do more. So look out for it. Every Friday, we're going to be here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, presenting to you, showing you, introducing to you all the wonderful people that we know and more. So it's going to be a good journey. So I'm looking forward to everybody coming along with us.
Yeah. So and we plan on having special shows. We're working on our next special Black Artist Marketplace that we hope to have in February. That's going to be during Black History Month. Our salute to Black History Month. We're going to produce a show that I think you're going to like. We're planning on the weekend of Valentine's weekend and President's holiday, which is going to be that Monday also. So and you've asked us to bring you new artists. So we're trying to seek out some new artists to bring to you, some that we haven't even seen before ourselves. So
Truly, yes. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little bit of the old favorites, but a little bit of the new people that we actually are not familiar with either. So that's going to be just as amazing for us to see the new work. So we'll be looking at it along with you as well. But we are seeking high and low, believe me, behind the scenes, looking for new artists to present to our favorite customers out there. So just let me tell you the dates. It's February 13th, 14th, and 15th. So 3 full days, okay? It might be four if Lavalais has his way, but right now it's 3 full days of wearable art, fine art, beautiful gifts. So put that in your he's laughing, but put that in your books. Be prepared, okay?
yeah, we were able to really produce. We really brought you some nice artists, and we intend on bringing you some even greater ones in our future here. Um, so a little bit about our future, you know a little bit about me. I started this show. I sort of created it with starting from my own cousins who were around, because that's who you usually have on your Facebook page. So and your close friends. Those are the people that are first on your Facebook page. So in the beginning, I created this show with mostly my cousins. They were my big audience. And so now our audience has grown. A lot of people that we know in the past that have joined the show. So, and Ella has joined the show. So I want Ella to tell you a little bit more about Ella, some things that we don't know about Ella, that you guys might want to even ask, if you can put if you want to, you got some questions, you can put them up in the comments, and she might be willing to ask you or answer them for you. Okay. Um, so let me give a shout out to my good friend Jean too. I see her on. So go ahead. Okay, Ella.
Okay. Oh wow, you've put me out there, put me on the spot. Like, ask questions, everybody. Like, I'm looking at the comments, just like, what are they going to ask? And how far do I go back to let people know about me? I'm gonna go back just under 30 years. I started in business in 1992. So next year will be my 30th anniversary, excuse me, 30th anniversary in business. I started in New York, uh, going straight into doing trade shows. And if I go back a couple of years before that, I originally came from London, I'm sorry, came from London. I went to school for fashion, art, and design, and it was a toss up between graphic design or fashion because I loved both. And I decided to go into fashion, and I went to work for a milliner called Gabriela Legenza, who is a Polish milliner, very well known in Europe, and learnt my trade over there. Well, I didn't stay very long with her because I had a great desire to come to the States. And I just got on a plane and got here, got to New York, ran out of money very quickly because I only came with $500 and I had to do something to make some money. So I started making hats for friends and family and had little home shows in Harlem. I lived in Harlem for a little bit and started off from there and decided I was going to sell to boutiques. And in the late 90s and early 2000s, I was selling to a lot of boutiques with the Lips hat name all across the country. At my height, I probably sold to about 85 stores. So in the year 2000, I got my own store till 2006. And it's only since 2006, really, that I have been out there traveling and people see me and they know who the person is behind Lips Hats. But it's a tremendous journey where I'm forever reinventing myself. And this is part of it. Being on this show is part of a reinvention of who I am and where I'm going. So I'm very grateful to be here. That's a little bit about me. I'm sure I could go into more detail on another show, perhaps. But everything is, all the hats are handmade by me. When I first started, I did have employees that I taught, and they did blocking, which is the shaping of the hat, and they did sewing, and they did cutting all the patterns out. So they did all of that for me. But right now, it is all me and has been for the last 10, 15 years. So I do everything from start to finish. If you have any questions, I'm looking. Oh, someone said 16th and Girard in Philly. Yes, that's where my store was. I had a store for 6 years, so they were there. Hey, Sonetta, yes, you know. So, yes, it's been a delightful journey so far, and it continues. So,
All
yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. It's a new year, so we have a new beginning. We have a new show. We're both excited. Today we're gonna have our first new guest. Uh, our first new guest for this new year. We decided to bring Brother Marvin SIn back on because he took everybody to church when he was on our
Oof.
show.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'm sure everybody's been out there looking for that Andinkra book that he was showing. I think it was by Bruce Willis. I've had a couple of customers saying, I'm looking for that book that he was showing. I think it's definitely something you should get because he educated us from start to finish. He really did.
Yeah, I see Fern's on our show, and I know Fern bought a piece from him, and she wanted the Ndinka symbol that she's very accustomed to, which is the Aya symbol. and he kind of persuaded her from doing the Aya symbol. You know, he said maybe you may rethink that based on what the symbol really tells you what you're doing. And so I got a call from Fern, and Fern was like, I'm thinking about, I changed my mind about that. I said, well, it's still symbolic of your name, which is Fern. So you can still do that symbol if you want. Right, Fern? All right. Hey, our brother LaShawn Bill is in our house today. Thank you, my brother. Nice seeing you. It was nice to have you on, that's for sure. Everybody loved your work. Um,
Oh, yes.
so, yeah.
I see Manhattan. I see Hank Williams. I see Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. I'm glad you got your hats. I see Issa Bay. Hi, Issa. Nice to see you. We got a nice spectrum from, across the country, New Jersey, California, New York. It's looking good. It really is.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and for uh, we did want to just talk for a while. We are. Um, Let me back up a little bit. First of all, this is Bamboozle by Lavalais, but we're going to be changing the name pretty soon so that it's going to, reflect Ella and I because she's going to be an equal partner in this. We're really partnering up so that we share this platform together. So we're going to figure it out. It's not going to be Bamboozle by Lavalais anymore. We're going to figure it out. It's going to be something new, but I'm sure we'll make you aware of that when time comes. We do have Black Artist Marketplace. That is our .com. We have that as a .com. We will be exploring that and adding website and other things and presenting other artists. So we will be taking that to some other limits. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we're exploring, growing, and expanding, and bringing the artists to you, not just on the marketplace show that we do, the big show, but also, in a .com form, so you'll be able to shop on in a whole nother arena. So we're expanding and growing, but taking our time, making it right. Lavalais and I know definitely we're sort of perfectionists, so we like everything to be just so. So we want to present a very high standard to you. That's the goal, definitely.
Yeah, that's our goal. So, as you see, all of our first artists or top rated artists, they all do their own craft, all do their own work, and we intend to try and keep that bar that we've already set with the
Mm-hmm.
show. Okay. So, and we are for any artists that are looking in and want to join our show, want to be on our show. We do want you on our show. So let us know, send us a message, let us know a little bit about you, and we'll try and see if we can get you on the show or either on our big show.
Yeah,
All right.
message us, DM us, and just send us a little bit of information about you, and we'll look into it definitely. Okay.
All right. So, with that being said, I guess we are going to, what we're going to do tonight is that we're just going to show a couple of items. I made a couple of new things. I think Ella have a couple of things to show. And then we're going to be introducing Brother Marvin in a minute or two. So I'm going to go ahead on and show you a couple of new pieces that I put together. Okay. I think my dog is starting to bark.
Right on time.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are hearing him, but he's a monster, so we're gonna have to try and take care of him. So bring up my first picture for me there, Mr. Zeke, if you can. And I made some belt buckles. I worked on some belt buckles during the last couple of days after I rest for a while during the holidays. But this is a belt buckle, and it has the Sankofa heart on it. Um, uh, these I'm selling for $50. For this new year, the new price it's going to be $50. I do have leather belts that are capable of going with these that also have Indinkra symbols. I will be showing some in the future. I have a little nephew in Angola that produces the belts, so I started making these buckles. And I thought that I was having, since Brother Marvin's going to be on our show, he may be showing some belts. So I thought he may be bringing some belts on. So, and I know he does the Indinkra symbols and the Kemetic symbols. So it's these buckles I've been creating for some time. So this is number one. And let's see here. Where's my?
Over there to your left. There you go.
Oh, I got it. Is it backwards or forward?
It's
I haven't
backwards.
I haven't done this in a while. I want to tell you so, guys. All right.
You got it.
Usually we have this number thing already worked out and everything is cool. But this time we did everything and forgot the numbers. Okay, so this is going to be item number one, and it's a belt buckle. Like I say, and it's about I think 4 inches long and probably 2.5 inches wide. Okay, so that's item number one. Item number two is the same belt buckle in brass, and this one has the Futa Kumura symbol on it, which is a two-headed crocodile, and it's shared stomach, so it's a symbol of diversity and stuff like that. Okay, so it's an Indinkra symbol belt. I showed you the back of that buckle on the other picture, so this one has the same backing, as you can see. And it'll take about 1.5 inch belt or something like that you could strap, that you put on there. Okay. So, and like I said, I do have some belts, but they're limited numbers. So, and with the Indinkra symbols that are on them, I will be putting them on one of the shows or on my website pretty soon. Okay. So, item number three, I did this a little different, and it has the Janami symbol on it. All of these are $50. I'm going to let them all go for $50 today. Any of these belt buckles. And this one is made out of nickel, silver, and brass. Okay. So, and again, these are leather. I mean, you put a leather strap on it, but it's a belt buckle. Okay. So number four, am I correct there, Mr. Zeke? Right. This is also nickel, silver, and brass, and it also has the Sankofa bird symbol on it. And as you can see, these are puffed out. I don't know if you can tell. You can see it that it has. I've pushed the metal out a little bit from the base, so I have one that I will maybe hold up in my hand if I can get to it. No, that's this one. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. So you get to see a little bit of how it's, the curvature of it. Okay. All right. So that's number four. And for my last one here, I have the Eye of Ra, or the Uchat. And this one is also in nickel, silver, and brass. Okay. So, and this is the back. Did you show the back to that one, Zeke? Sorry. Yeah, there we go. That's the brass on the back. So I made these up during the holidays, and so these are what I have to offer you today. Okay, so with that being said, and again, these are all at $50. So if you want to order one, you just have to tell me, just give the number and bam. These are not on my website, so you're going to have to order it here. And you can bam number 3 or bam number 1 or whatever it is. Or, you can contact me also through my email and so forth if you don't get to see it on the show. Because some people do only get to see it on YouTube later on. So if you want to contact me that way, it can be done also. Okay? All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Ella now.
Okay. I'm inspired, really, with those belt buckles, and I feel a little not ashamed, but you've been creating. I am going to be showing pieces from the website that are best sellers, because I have not had time to make new pieces. So I'm just going to show you what everybody's been purchasing and what's doing well. So I'm going to start with the first design, if Zeke can bring that up for me. This is Rita. It is $68. It is a wool hat that is fully lined, two-tone color, actually three-tone. That's wine, orange, and brown. Um, I have it on for you in the split screen. If Zeke can show you. There we go. It's called Rita, has a nice amount of body in here. I wear a 23.5-inch head size. It has a little bit of give, so you can go to a 24. If you do need smaller or bigger, please let me know. These hats you can purchase through the website, lipshats.com. Go straight to the website. And it is this one is $70. I apologize. It's $70. This one is Rita. My next bestseller on the website is called Hee Hee. I have it pictured in blue, olive, and red. It's my take on a cool beret. I am wearing it in wine, orange, and purple. It's a good seller, this one. Everybody seems to love it, and it's done pretty well in both colors. Okay, it's called Hee Hee, and it's $68. Next style is the very best seller. It's called the Swordfish. I actually don't have one here to show you, but it is pictured in winter white. It's $85. Winter white. It also comes in black, red, navy, burgundy, soft gray, all on the website. Please go to the website and purchase lipshats.com. And the hats are all fully lined, just so you know. I'm just going to show you. If Zeke can show me, fully lined, okay? Protect your hair, satin lined, okay? My next style, second from last, is Peter 2. I didn't say anything about the intro. Didn't you guys all love the new intro? I thought it was amazing. It's the first time I've seen it. So that, thank you, Zeke. That was really, really good. And in the intro, I have this same hat on, which I'm going to show again tonight. So you're seeing it double duty. It's called Peter 2. And it has two little fun peaks right there. Wear it to the side. Some people like to do it on the front like that and play with it. But it's called Peter 2 because there is a Peter 1. This is Peter 2. It's pictured in royal blue. It also comes in black, red, and winter white. And it's $68. Okay. And the last one, I said the Swordfish was the bestseller, but this is the bestseller of all time, which is the No Name. And people particularly love these colors, black, red, mug cloth. It's a hat that you can play with. If Zeke can show me in the split screen. Yes, so here, there's a lot of room in this hat. You could tuck it on down to the side like that. You can tuck it into the back. You can play with your little bib right there, so you can pull it to the side. You can tuck it all the way down. Okay, this is the No Name. I have limited amounts of this color because there's limited amounts of this mud cloth. I think I have about 6 left. Black, red, and multi-mud. This one is $68. And this is the last hat of this segment. Okay, that's it. And so, are we ready to introduce our guest?
A little bit of a glitch, so we're bringing him back in. But
Okay.
can you bring the two of us up there, Zeke, for a second? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So, hey, look, I got a no-name hat. I haven't gotten it yet. I hope to get it this weekend. I know I have it, yeah, and I know you know I got it, but I haven't. But I don't know. I didn't wasn't supposed to know anything about it. But when somebody asks you what's your head size, you kind of
Oh
know.
no,
You, you,
somebody
you
asked you.
yeah, yeah, you kind of know. You kind of know something's up. And people
Oh,
don't go around
then
asking you.
Hattie.
Yeah, people don't go around asking you what's your head size out of the blue. I mean,
Oh. Well, it will be to you soon, I'm sure.
yeah,
Because
I'm,
you know
I'm
it's
gonna.
coming.
Yeah, I know it's coming, and I'm hoping I can. Can I alter the little bib thing there a little bit?
Yeah, you can tuck all this down.
Oh,
And
okay.
actually, I made it a little special for you, so you'll see when it comes.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope to get it this particular weekend. I'm supposed to take the weekend off and go to New Orleans, so
Excellent.
I will be heading down and getting my hat. All right, and to all my
Excellent.
New Orleans people that hey, Setua, I hope you got have you got your, and a Kosawa, and a Setua. We got all the Ys. But I hope you got your piece from that I sent you down. Probably not because the mail is so
Yeah, actually,
slow. And everybody.
I cannot see myself. But
Oh, okay. I can hear Marvin in my earphones, but I don't see Marvin.
Yes, I can hear him too.
We all hear him, but we don't see you, Marvin. Okay. We need to get Marvin seen before.
I also see I'm just going to say Aria because I'm apologize. I cannot pronounce your name, but I know you purchased some hats from me and thank you. And I hope you're loving them. So welcome into the room. Zauda Zara, I see you in North Carolina. I know she definitely supported a lot of the artists in the last show. So I'm grateful to have you in the room watching and waiting for Marvin SIn that's coming in. Maria
Yeah.
Thompson, I see you. And Gwen Luster. If you have any problems with the website, I can definitely help you with that. Okay.
Did you see the question about somebody said something about the wool? Did you see the wool comment? Oh, you missed
I
it.
did not.
You missed it. Someone wanted to know if you did, if 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 all the hats were wool. Oh, wait a
All,
minute.
all,
Ooh.
all the hats are not wool. This hat in particular that I have on, the no name, is not wool. It's acrylic and mud cloth, and this also comes in denim. And some of the hats are felt. So if you go take a look at the website, there's about 100 or so pieces there that you can take a look at. They're not all wool hats. And I have to say, as we're heading into February, I'm going to start showing some spring summer pieces. So, especially for the February show, I'll be showing some spring hats, different materials, vegetable fiber braid. So, no, if you don't want to do wool at all, just wait till February and you'll see some great pieces. Okay.
Yeah, I'm planning on bringing out all the spring stuff too. February, that'll be a great time to start with some new colors. We'll be getting out of the
Mm-hmm.
winter. And today, right here, is going to be our coldest. We're preparing this weekend to have snow in Louisiana. So,
Oh wow. Okay. Now is that kind of rare down there?
very rare.
Very rare. Okay. I think
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
maybe seen it once or twice on the news. It's snow in
yeah.
Louisiana. So yes.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often, but we're planning on for a little bit of cold right now. Now we got Brother Marvin. We got him in the house now. So in a second here, guys, we've made it through, and we'll be prepared to let Ella introduce you to Brother Marvin. All right.
Okay. You know what? I was going to do a long introduction and talk about, his odyssey of 50 years in the pursuit of mastery and go over his bio again. And then I felt that he really didn't need any introduction at all. If you know him, he's just a masterful guy, not just as an artist, but as a person in general. He has a lot to say about life in general. He's making moves. I would just like him to just introduce himself in some ways. So I'm going to welcome Marvin SIn, the Art of Leather, back to the show because we loved him so much. We really did in the December show. He just dropped it for all of us. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to have to say and what he's going to show. So welcome, Marvin SIn, to the show again in
Hello,
January.
everybody. Hey, here we
Hey,
go, huh?
hey, brother. All right.
I don't, Ella. I missed that drum roll. You're supposed to like set me up, man. Well, it's great to be here with you all, and great to see that you're taking the platform and platforms to new levels and stretching and stretching. You know, this stream that you've opened up, needs to be broad, wide, and deep to accommodate, the universe of talented creators that, we roll with. We all know who the crew is, but, this allows you all to introduce them to the world who should have known them long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But, the nature of these enterprises is such that, you find your groove, you find your niche, and you kind of lay in it, So most folks, have figured out a way to sustain themselves, to prosper at a certain level. It was interesting hearing Ella talk about migrating from full-blown factory to solo entrepreneur. And many of us, I guess, have figured that out because it's like, that's the growth trajectory that is prescribed. I mean, that's what success is supposed to look like. But I think what we have found is that there's great flexibility and mobility in being a solo entrepreneur. So, I think a lot of folks have gravitated towards that. And like I said, that has kind of boxed us in a certain way in terms of the marketing limitation. But this digital universe now invites us to maintain our individuality, but enables us to reach a broader audience. So again, kudos to you both and thank you.
Thank you, brother. We're glad to have you here because, like I say, you educate us, take us along for the journey, and so we're very excited about that and love being a part of your thing. We've always been a part of your thing. So there you go. A little bit more light on you helps us a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. We needed that. Yeah, I was wondering what happened.
Trying to be the spirit in the dark. I don't
Yeah, I wonder what happened. Yesterday we had all that all figured out, and you were looking all really nice. Now that's what was missing was that little touch of light right there. So that's it. So I just wanted you to take us back to a time when you probably studied Swahili. Because I remember the day when I had dashiki and I had learned some Swahili. I was trying to learn a little bit of Swahili so that, it was the days of when you were being black and with your natural, your afro, your pick, your study of Mao or Malcolm,
Well, it's interesting. I was reflecting the other day. It's it's gotten lost over the years. The difference between black, the skin color, and black, the consciousness. So, you know, sometimes we say about somebody that they're not black, it is not trying to remove their ethnicity. It's simply a reflection of an analysis that their mindset, their spirit, their actions are not intentionally in the best interest of the collective black community. Black, the consciousness is really about serving and uplifting the community. It is not a self-serving thing. So I don't care how much black money you've made, if the purpose and the utilization of that money is not helping others, that's not black conscious. You can be black as tar and white as snow, you know. So we're trying through our creativity, sustain, maintain, elevate, reinvigorate the spirit of the consciousness of being black. Back in the, I think the early 80s, Ramona Edelin and Jesse Jackson at a conference engineered the change of name of our people from black to African American. It was just the two of them cooked this up, and the media happened to be there. They put it out there, just like Black Power was shouted out at a rally, and in 2 days was around the world. So since the 80s, you know, black people kicking and screaming have embraced their African identity. A lot of people now saying, I don't really want to be African American. I just want I want to go back. So, but it's like, you know, I say this, it's like we have an African side and an American side. The African side is 4 million years old, and the American side is a little over 200 years old. So I was trying to do this geographically. So if you're in New York City, starting from Chambers Street to 125th Street, that's the African history. That's our civilization. If you're an American, you go from 125th Street to 126th Street, and you're finished. So,
wow. So
that's the difference in the span of years and history. The anthropologists, you know, congratulate themselves when they dig up something that was like 5 or 10 years, 10,000 years old. In 4 million years, there have been hundreds of civilizations that have come and gone that have not yet been discovered. Okay. We don't know how deep we are. We have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But all you have to do is set foot on the African continent and be quiet for about a half an hour and look around, and it begins to dawn on you, you know, what we have left, what we have forsaken, and traded for this insanity. And as African Americans, as Africans in America, as American Africans, the continent is calling us now. They are wanting us to come home. They recognize that the development of the continent is contingent upon the input of the African diaspora, of whom we are a part. So, you know, I've had conversations with a few folks. We are trying and planning to ramp up production in Ghana as our first stop. And my only regret is that it has taken me so long to realize what was staring me in the face all these years. So, you know, we're aging. We're more, I guess, sunsets than sunrises, but don't discount our voice. So when I speak of this, I'm simply putting this out into the universe. I'm not telling you to pack up your bags and move to Africa. I'm simply saying put it in your consciousness. Pay attention to Africa. Read about it. Think about it. You know, with the internet, you can go on YouTube and travel all over Africa anytime you want. African music. Do you know any Africans? But Africa is on the rise faster than America is sinking. And you have the opportunity to get on a rising escalator or elevator that has been cut loose and is dropping to the ground. I mean, so, you know, that's my spiel about Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, but tell them a little bit more about you have a program also that you're working on, which you're trying to involve some other artists in terms of being able to produce some things, I think, in Ghana. Am I correct?
So working with a colleague, Andrew Wilson from the Bahamas, and we've worked together for many years. In fact, back in the 80s, we set up a leather production factory in the Bahamas. So since then, he's gone on to many successful ventures. He has about 20 stores in the main mall in Nassau. And so in collaboration with Andrew, we have secured space in Accra and in Kumasi. And in Kumasi, we're centering our production. So we're starting with leather goods. I wonder why. We'll also be working with jewelers and fashion designers. We're talking to Ella. She's anxious to come over to produce some version of her creativity. But the interesting thing is that with Andrew and his retail environment, we have a ready-made source for whatever is produced. But we also, you know, are going to be able to utilize the internet for marketing. But I don't know if anyone noticed, we have a Facebook group, Nuance Connected. I posted on there the announcement that the African Union has just entered into a free trade zone with about 30 African countries, such that as a business person on the continent, you will be able to travel the continent with one passport, one visa, just like if you were in Europe. So right now, if you're coming from Togo to Ghana, like the last time I was there, I met with Alan. Alan's from Togo. He was in Togo, so he was coming to Accra to meet me. He drove his car. So when he got to the border, he had to pay duty on his car as if he was importing his car into Ghana. I mean, this is like a 2-hour trip, right? Okay. So those are the barriers that have been set up by the Europeans to prevent trade, to prevent interaction. And at last, the heads of state of the African nations have realized, following the European Union model, that if we relax these borders, we can do trade with ourselves and be less dependent on our former colonial masters. And so it's a new day. I mean, that's a game changer.
It truly is. Yes.
And we need to be there. We need to be present. So that's, you know, on the horizon. So we are going to be inviting designers in different media to come now that we have bases set up, places for you to stay, networks for you to plug into. to come over and look around, see what you can do, what you can create. Because as this market expands on the internet, these e-commerce platforms, none of us is capable of producing enough to satisfy the demand that you're about to create. Like Ella said, she had to rest. There's just so many hours in a day. I mean, and you know this, your mind never rests. The creativity never stops. You're always thinking of, oh wow, I could do this, I could do that. But you wake up in the day, do a couple of things, then it's noon, then it's 1 o'clock, then it's 5 o'clock, and it's bedtime. The day goes. So we need to have production capacity to match our imagination and to meet the demand that you all are creating. Right. And the solution is in Africa. Even the Chinese are moving their production to the continent because the labor cost there is so reasonable that it is possible to employ people and give them a good living, and also make the economics work across the board, so we can not only retail but also wholesale at an affordable rate. So the future is bright. Turn off the news, turn off Trump, turn off all of that, and turn your mind to the homeland. The sun is shining and is rising. And so.
Well, I know you're planning to make a trip there very soon. Hopefully in February. I have my fingers crossed for you that happens. And
thank you.
I just got my message yesterday from Andrew, and all it said was, "We're ready for you."
There you go. Yeah, Andrew doesn't play. He's full speed ahead, and this is going to happen. This is way beyond theory. We have equipment in place. The next trip, we're hiring employees, doing training sessions, and I'm hoping to have products in hand, by the spring.
Oh wow, that's great. That really is. Well, in the meantime, we have quite a few people in the room waiting to see some pieces from you. So I would love you to show some work to them because they're excited.
Sure. So, the process of creating my work is very tedious. It's labor intensive and long drawn. So I'm not able to produce a lot. I'm realizing now that I am an artist and not a factory. I had a conversation earlier in the week with Lavalais. He was asking me about these belts. So I was trying to do some belts, but each item is its own universe. So you go into one universe to deal with this, and it's like you get lost. But I stopped one day. I was making belts, finishing belts, and I stopped because it was taking so much time. Then I went to finish some bags. So I was able to finish, I think, like 7 bags in the time it took me to do 2 belts. So I'm going to start with the bags that I just finished.
Okay.
So this is a bag. It's a small, we call it a crossbody bucket bag. All of my bags are lined with suede. There's internal pockets, and all these are on the website. So this one is a tan bag, the basket weave leather. You can see it here. See the leather. You can't see inside, but And this is a great feature. I was able to have these nameplates made a few years ago out of China. And it adds a certain feature of distinction. People are like, oh, wow, you got a nameplate. As if I haven't been here for 50 damn years. but now I've arrived. I have a nameplate. So, oh, I'm official now, huh? But you do what the market demands. So that's one bag. But again, the bag is tedious to make. The art is very intricate, and you can't see this, but I don't know if this will show.
Yeah, we can see the leather. It's beautiful.
We're trying to see if you can see the detail, but the hairstyle is actually braided.
Huh.
So in order to braid that hair, it's like a cross hat. So I'm actually cutting each line of the braid in each row of the braid. And of course, I don't have to do that, except that I'm crazy. But in the late 80s, early 90s, I was made an unofficial member of the Black Hair Braiders Guild. Because I was doing the work too, okay? The next bag, I call this blue kente. So it's a kente pattern with an adinkra, the jinyame adinkra symbol. You see the front and the back. And in my haste, I priced these at $365 on the website. They're actually $325, so that was an error. And I started to front it off as a discount, but no, it was just a mistake. Oh, get it now! You save $40. I'm not above that, but I just wasn't feeling it today. So nice, pretty blue bag, And again, like I say, kente is the African plaid. It never goes out of style. Okay, don't be fooled. Oh, you still doing kente, huh? Yeah. Is the sun still shining? Yeah. 325 on the website, right? Yeah, it is. So the next one. So one of the features of my work is the Black woman in all of her glory. So I must have 100 of these sisters trying to capture, the spirit of a Black woman, to reach out and touch every woman, so that somewhere in my collection you see your spirit, not necessarily a face, but there's something in there that talks to you. And again, my intention here is to elevate and present, the Black woman as the standard of beauty for the world to see. We were the first, the strongest, the most courageous, the most beautiful, and the world needs to know that. And so when you wear this bag out into the world, you're proclaiming that. You're clarifying other people's misconceptions and settling the issue. The next bag. Same bag style, just red. So in the process, when the bag is made, the art is carved and sculpted and attached to the bag, and then it's painted. And when the paint is added, it comes to life. And I never know, where it's going or what it's going to look like. But I just look at it, and one color suggests another and another and another. And before I know it, it's done. And then it's like I'm wondering, where did that come from? And on at least 5 occasions that I can recall vividly, someone has walked into a show wearing the colors and the hairstyle of a bag that was on the rack. And it was like they would come in and walk around, and one of their friends would say, look, it's you, it's you. It's like, and I mean, and just the serendipity of that happening, that bag would be there, that they would come to my booth at a festival where 100 exhibitors are, and walk in wearing the colors that are painted in on the bag with an image that is clearly evocative of them, the same hairstyle. I don't know.
I hope they walked away with the bag.
Occasionally, a couple of times, you know, I think 3 or 4 times they were scared. Like, what kind of voodoo is this, man? Next bag. Another one. This is in purple. Another sister. Again, they, like I say, I've lived with these women for years now, and they each have a story, and that they each represent a spirit. And very often, when I'm rendering them and painting them, they dictate a certain color combination. So as I go back and look at a certain image, if I've done it a dozen times, 7 times, it will have been done in the same color combinations. And that's because that's who she is. And again, I'm just a vehicle through which she's coming. And she's here now. Deal with her. Next bag. The bald woman, beautiful woman. And this sister has been in 100 different incarnations. A friend of mine has alopecia. And in that condition, it's hair loss. So they are without hair, without eyebrows. And she said, you know, when she wore her bag to a convention, it was like they were so gratified that somebody recognized their beauty. And as the congresswoman, what's the sister's name from Boston? Ayanna Presley, who was, you know, same condition. And she decided to take off that wig and, you know, show the world, hey, it's me. Yeah, right. That's cool. Acosta said she took off her wig and made eyelashes. That's not right. That's not right. Last bag. Maasai woman. We had the honor and privilege of visiting Tanzania. Actually, Akosua was the designated contractor. I was just tagging along, carrying her bags. But we were, she was tasked to help the Maasai women redesign their beadwork to contemporize it. And I mean, the results were phenomenal. The experience was phenomenal. Being embraced by these sisters, by this tribe. Africa. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say. Africa. Hey. And now, oh, I think I've got next thing. So this was a okay. Another departure, not a departure, but back to the roots. When I first started doing my work in leather, in the transition from painting to leather craft, I was fusing them. I was putting leather pieces on canvas and painting around them. And that was, an early period, and I have maybe one or two of those pieces. But people are always asking me to, oh wow, I just want the piece to put on my wall. And again, that's another universe to step into. Framing, presenting art shows rather than the markets that we do, transporting, etc. So I do have a stash of these, but again, bags sell in ways that are comfortable for me. So that's the lane I'm sticking to. But I can do this. In fact, I did a bag a couple of cycles ago. It had I called it the hummingbird of paradise. It had a hummingbird hovering over the bird of paradise flower. About a week later, the sister called me. She was almost in tears. She said that the image on that bag told her whole life story. I mean, she was speechless. She said, so we've arranged for me to do a wall piece with that hummingbird, the bird of paradise, and she added, if you could just put a butterfly on it, that would be the whole deal. So, but just to think, I mean, and somebody saw it and called her and told her, you got to see this, you got to see this. Because apparently this is her life story in some form or fashion. And there's a connection made through art. Next one, please. The Nubian Nuts. This sister has been with me and around the world for years and years and years. I think this is one of the most popular images, silhouette, and I've done that in so many different ways. And the next, but again, these are small pieces, and these are the images that I would normally put on a checkbook or a wallet. But here they're presented because people have asked, could you do it as a work of art? I just want to hang it on my wall. So done and done. Now to Lavalais and the mischief he's created for me, the belts. So long ago, I mean, belts were my staple. I used to basically put people's names on their belts. And, I have to have done 100 of them. But this is back in the day when, hippies were making belt buckles, really creative. And over time, the supply of buckles shrank. And so, I tended away from this, more to the bags. But this, so this is the belt, and I'm just going to show you. Wait for it, 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 wait for it. Don't go. When I finished, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. End of belt. So I can't begin to tell you what it takes to do this. And Lavalais, if I was close, I would beat you with. But we don't have that technology yet.
I feel your pain, though, brother. I can tell you that. I feel your pain. I do.
But this is, it's like I could do a plain strip of leather, a couple of this, a couple of that. But it's like once I step into that universe, it's like, oh wow, what if I could, oh wow, I could, before I know it, half of the day is over and I'm still not finished with this belt. It's going and going and going. So this one, I don't know if it's hard to see, but in the black spaces, I've stamped the Dinkra symbols, basically just the Jinyame and the Besse Saka, and they're highlighted with a black metallic paint. And the thing with this is like every surface, every painted surface of this belt has to be painted 3 times. So every line, every angle, because the paint has to be of a certain consistency so that it doesn't wear off over time. And then it's finished and sealed. And this is like, I was intending for this to be a 1.25" buckle. It winds up being an 1 3/8", so it doesn't fit any of the buckles it was intended for. So I'm going to have to make buckles to fit these belts. Lavalais, where do you live?
Hey. Well, I got one that'll fit it. I can make it to fit.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
So it's just a little bit, north of an 1.25". And this is the another one. But again, I'm fascinated by patterns and motifs. And I've been doing kind of abstract designs that I'm extrapolating into fabric printing at some point in time. Because, I see a lot of the Dutch wax prints and other Europeans and Chinese people doing our fabrics, and what's that about? Fronting it off as African. So this is the last belt that I have, and this is the I guess the signature kind of thing where I would be basically putting some kind of iconography in the belt. And again, this is, humongously long, 2 inches wide. And again, it just goes on and on, just a repetitive pattern of the ankh. So the idea, these are more ceremonial, but these belts were meant to accompany these buckles. So this is the buckle that I'm making for that belt. It hasn't been painted yet.
All right.
So it's a leather buckle to match the imagery on the belt. So here's one that's painted.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Really nice.
So using the leather, I'm able to create, buckle designs to match the belts. And this is the beginning of a buckle. Red, black, and gray, and with the Africa. So it's like I say, but this is the belt room or the belt universe. That if you step in there, it's like a one-way trip. You can't get out. It's like it's an entry door, but it closes behind you, and then what am I doing in here?
Yeah, man, but they're beautiful. I mean, the pieces are
So it's
pieces
fun.
are beautiful.
It's fun to do. Again, it's creativity that we have in us, and once you tap into it, it's infinite. And it is important, I think, for people to understand how rare what we do is in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
With the advent of the mega manufacturing giant of China, 95% of anything that you touch or purchase is coming out of China. The United States and much of Europe has abandoned creativity and manufacturing because it is so much cheaper to have things made in China. I'm constantly enticed, by Chinese manufacturers, to have my bags made in China. And if I just wanted to be a millionaire, I would have done that a long time ago. What we're doing is much more important. The legacy of creativity that will one day reconnect with the productive capacity of Africa and the Caribbean will put us on a higher level of civilization than will exist anywhere else at that time. Because what I've observed from China and India, East Asia manufacturer, is the stuff looks good. It looks just like the other stuff looked. But I've got like 3 can openers that won't open a damn can. Okay. All of my hardware used to come from Italy. Now it comes out of China. The locks don't close. The hooks don't secure the bags. The snaps don't close, or they're too tight. Everything looks exactly the same, but it's not. Their design and manufacturing philosophy is, I'll give you the first order and it's going to be perfect. But when you come back, I'm going to cut a corner. It's going to be a little corner, but I'm going to cut it. Okay. And when you come back again, I'm going to cut that corner again. Okay. But by now, I got you hooked because, you're stretched out. You're selling here, there, and everywhere. And I'm the only person you can deal with. Yeah. So you have no options. You got to come by me. And I'm going to cut that corner every time you come. And every corner, I cut. I'm making a little more money. But your reputation is suffering, But I don't care. I'm making the money. So we have to be careful as we step into the continent, as we project our production, to maintain the quality, to maintain the character, to maintain the content, to maintain the integrity. And I think that's what is so important about what you are doing in presenting this universe of people who've committed their lives to the integrity of their creativity. They're not doing this to make a quick buck. I mean, nobody, I don't think that I know of that I've seen so far. They may be stashing it somewhere in the Cayman Islands, but they're hiding it from me.
Yeah, it's a tough life. It's a tough life.
It's a struggle.
But it's a love. It's a love.
I'm gonna do
what you do.
I'm gonna make a video of a staff meeting at the Art of Leather, and I'm gonna show the shipping department, the design department, procurement, finance, HR, advertising. Okay, and guess what? They're gonna look remarkably similar.
The same.
Does that mean you're going to be going from the living room to the kitchen to the?
Hey, no, the various aspects of our factory complex.
Yes.
But I mean, each of you. I mean, and Lavalais, I really respect you because people look at your work, and they see you as a jeweler, but you're an inventor. I mean, when I see your work, I see that you're employing new techniques and manufacture to create new forms of. I mean, it's like,
Mhm.
That's the part I love most about what I do.
I mean, I could spend an hour talking about each person that you have featured. Um, the magnitude of these people, the journeys that they've traveled, the service that they render, is indescribable. And I'm only hoping that people take advantage of us while we're here, because you will be sorry if you miss this train. Okay, because someday this will not be available. If I think about all of our brothers and sisters who are magnificent creators who've left us, and that creativity, that flow is no longer with us. Um, and all the people now who said, "Wow, I wish I would have. I wish I had a."
Ahead of, yeah.
Yes,
Please,
I
please,
agree totally.
please grab it while it's available. These things are bargains. These are gifts. They have a price tag attached to them. That's an incident. What
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
getting is a treasure for life.
And we're
Truly.
asking you to, yeah, we're asking you to support Black art. That's why we're trying to give you the best, I mean, that you can have in terms of Black art. This is from the people, who've committed to doing what they do.
As Marvin said, a lifelong journey and just continuing to explore their creativity, going into, I don't know whether you've done it before, Marvin, because I haven't been around for the 50 years that you've been in business, but you may have done buckles and belts before, but it's the first time that I've seen it, and it's absolutely fabulous. It really is.
Yeah. So the last time I was on, I was talking about a book, the Adinkra book. So I have
Yes.
Yes.
a new book. Uh, I'm sorry I didn't do a slide of this, but this book by this sister, who was formerly the African Union ambassador to the African diaspora, um, and her name is Arikana Chihombori Kwo. You can see her on YouTube. But she has created an organization to spearhead um, the transformation of the continent, connecting the diaspora, the entire African world, to the continent on a level that is amazing. This book is so phenomenal because for the first time, it tells the story of Africa, America, and the Caribbean in one place. It gives historical references. It features the Adinkra symbols. Um, it tells about the horror of colonialism and slavery. Because if you're in the continent, you don't know the story of slavery. Just like if we're here, we don't know the horrors of colonialism throughout the continent. So here's one book that will connect all of us with one message that tells our story. And her mission is to wake us up and claim the continent. She was dismissed from her position as ambassador because she called out France for exploiting the French-speaking African countries. He was the first person publicly on her level to do that, to the point where, and I'd never even heard of this, that when France left their colonies, They made them sign a post-colonial agreement. I mean, it's like, what? And to this day, just like Haiti is still paying France, every African country is paying France. And one of the previous French prime minister admitted that without Africa, France could not exist, could not exist. So they're still sustaining, but they have decided to take out their money, their $500 billion that France is making them deposit of their own money into French banks. They're taking it out and creating economic power for themselves. I mean, transformational. We are at the cusp of a new era for Africa. And as African descendants, please, please get on this train, okay? Get off this ship, get off the Titanic, and get on the love train.
All right.
I love that.
All right.
It's called Africa 101 again.
Africa 101, the wake-up call.
The wake-up call. Okay.
So I don't know. You can email or text me, Marvin's, or go to the website or email me, marvinsin23@gmail. I'll send you the information. I'm sorry I didn't think to put it up here now, but please, I mean, just like I was talking about Bruce's book, this is a solution. This is a connection that we've been waiting for. The narrative is so well done. The graphics, I mean, it's just got photographs of leaders, Black leaders from all around the world in here, quotes from them. I mean, it's an amazing document. And her organization is leading the project to create the Wakanda village on the Cape Coast of Africa, a city. They got architects over there right now designing a city. I mean, it's like, it's like, please, I mean, you saw just what happened this week in this country. Do the math. 74 million of these people supported this. We are 13% of this country. That's 45 million people. So there are more of them than us. You see how we are treated. You know, you see, you know the history. A dozen times we've created, remarkable cities, robust economies, and they came in, the police, the army, and burned it down and killed people and drove us off. And it's the same thing that they did all over Africa, the same thing. So the idea that you're going to make this project work here, that somehow you're going to convince those 74 million people to love and respect you. Let me know how that works out.
It's a tough journey. All right. All right. So we're getting our time is we're getting there.
Getting there. I neglected to mention again, all of the work is there on my website, marvinsin.com. That's how primarily I'm going to be marketing my work. And I'm still building the site, and hopefully in another few weeks, it should be fully stocked if I can get out of these belts.
I don't think you can ever get away from Mr. No buckles that you did. Did you just create the buckle? Was the buckle something that you had done before, or did you just create that?
Actually, I had done the buckles years ago as well.
Okay.
The whole belt project was in a basket all of this stuff. There's a
Oh,
dozen,
okay.
I mean, there's like 20 of these things that, hey, it's
All right.
just to look at them. It's like, oh my God. So
Well, I'm
soon
glad
come, soon come,
I'm
soon
glad I
come.
got you to go. I'm glad I got you to go back in the well. So
So am I, Lavalais. Thank you, brother.
It's been a real joy having you on the show. I just always I'm sitting here kind of with my mouth open. You drop it every time you take us somewhere. I just knew you were going to come and bring it. So thank you again. Definitely not just showing your work, but showing what it is to be an insight to the artist's life, being in the zone, channeling that creativity, and then telling us all about new ventures in Africa, showing us books. There's a lot. There's a lot to absorb from everything that you say. I truly respect everything that you offer us. So thank you.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be your first guest in this next lap of the new year. Keep stepping high. Again, congratulations to both of you, and thank you so much. Well, as they say, thank you for your service.
hey, no,
Thank you, Marvin.
thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Marvin. So
Well,
yeah, he did it again.
I knew he did it again, everybody. He did it
Yeah.
again. If you didn't see it the first time in December, you saw it here on our first show in January. Just a lot of wonderful information, not just his work, but he's given us the 360. So truly respect that.
Yeah. So Marvin was our first guest. Our next guest is going to be a brother from New York City, and he's going to be Mr. Dudley Vacchiani. And Dudley's from Jamaica, and he does glass blown work. He paints. He's been around for a long time, so we're going to have Dudley on. When I first saw his work, I just stepped back because it was just so amazing. And so I've always been a fan of his. I hope there's something that we'll be able to, he's going to show us quite a bit of his work. I don't know if we'll be able to get any of his work, but we're going to definitely see his work and learn a little bit about him. And he's going to be our next guest next week. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I guess with that, we still got a couple more items to show, right? So.
Couple more items. And who's gonna go first?
Where we at, Zeke? Zeke gonna let Zeke tell us. And don't you guys forget? Yeah, don't you guys forget our guy Zeke. Zeke's always with us, Mr. Ezekiel Joseph, and we call him Zeke. All right. Huh?
He's our amazing tech guy behind the scenes. So everybody say hi to Zeke, and he keeps us together, keeps us flowing.
Yeah, he said whoever wants to go first. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish out then. Okay, with my 5. I still got 5 other things that I'm going to show you. They're just sort of a hodgepodge of what it is that I do. Here's the ear spear in gold. It's $75. It's a gold plate. You can go on my website and see any of my ear spears. That's bamboozlejewelry.com. So all my ear spears are on. The majority of them, I do some special ones, but this one is available online. Okay, next, I've got the Ankh ring. This comes in some different colors and in a batik, and it can be sized for whatever size you want it to be, and it can be in yellow amber or red amber. I also do a little turquoise. I can put a little turquoise in the center if you need it. Okay, but this is basically the Ankh ring, and it's going for $125 on the show. Okay. And here is a new bracelet that I put together. It's little concave or convex circles. And it's a little chain link bracelet out of copper. And I think I sell them for $45. So you just need to let me know whatever size you want it. And it can be yours for $45. Okay. And here I put together the copper, I'm sorry, this is sterling silver and the cowrie. Okay, it's a big cowrie, so you can see it fits my wrist. And it's for $150. It's sterling silver and a cowrie. And my last item is the bamboo and nickel bracelet. And this one is bamboo and nickel, and it has the Jinam design. Okay. And it's like the brother said, I never considered myself so much of a jeweler, as I like the part about creating something that nobody's done before. That's really my thing is really about trying to create a piece that nobody else has created. And this is the kind of pieces that I can create sometimes because nobody else has done anything like that. So when you own a piece like this, it's a one-of-a-kind piece, and this one is $65. Okay, so that's my last piece for the evening, and now I'm gonna let Ella show you some more hats.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you just a little bit. We might, as artists, you know, I'm a milliner, Lavalais a jeweler. We might be using similar materials to everybody, to other jewelers, but we are using different techniques and trying. I personally am trying to just pull out the best from the fabric. What is it going to create? What can I do with it to make it different? Definitely, especially when you've been doing it for a long time. You're trying to play with the fabric, dye the fabric, shape the fabric. How can it be different from pieces that you've done before? And that, for me, that's the joy. Definitely, is coming up with different ideas. So I'm going to show you this one of 5. This one is called Harlow. It's lips number 65. It is a cap that you can flip the brim up or down, and it fits close to the head, as you can see. So you can do up or down, play with it just a bit. But a simple design, okay? Easy to wear. And it's a sage green velour felt. It's 23.5 inches, and it is $165, available on the website, lipshats.com. My second of 5 is called Bisha. I'm just going to sew the slide for that. That is lips number 241. It's a chocolate brown velour felt accented with lime green wool felt on the side and leather buckle. And it's called Bisha, and it's $185. Next slide is Cecilia. This is a hand-dyed velour felt accented with pony and leather. It sits deep. It's a deep crown. It's a 2-tone velour felt. Easy to wear. A nice kind of ripple organic brim. Knotted leather around the sides. This is hand blocked. I don't have shapes for these. I actually hand block it, sew it into shape, and then reblock it again to get that definition in there. So this is Cecilia. It is $185, and it's on the website lipshats.com. Not the last one. This is Faye. 2-tone velour felt. It is $185. It's a soft pink and mustard. I kind of like this hat a lot, and I might retire it because I kind of like it myself because of the colors. But it's a pink and mustard yellow velour felt, deep crown fedora shape with accent of velour felt buckle on the side there. Okay, it's $185, and it's called Faye, and it's available on the website today. And the last style is a red purple velour felt, again fedora shape. I did mostly fedora shapes for this show. It's called Calby. It has a velour felt and leather, knotted leather around the sides, and it's $185. And that is the last hat of the show.
All right. Hey, we took you a little longer than what we planned on, but everything's good.
We did.
Everything's good, and everybody's still here.
Everybody hung out with us, so I see everybody. They, they're just taking it all in and absorbing, and we're grateful everybody. Oh, good show, Sharon says. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah. Yes. We hope
Yeah,
you'll say that with every show, that it's a good show, or that it's a great show, or that it's an impressive show, or you learned a lot, or you bought something that you love. That is the goal. Okay.
yeah. That's our goal for this year. We hope to see you every Friday. We're gonna be putting our shows together. We're gonna come up with a. We're gonna come up with a name. But right now it's Bamboozle by Lavalais. You can remember us by that. And again, that's Ella Isaac and Lavalais.
Yes. Maybe that could be the name, Ella and Lavalais. I don't know, but we'll see. It's got to have a nice ring to it. We don't know yet, so it's coming though. I feel it. It's coming. Okay.
It's gonna
So
happen.
I think we're done for the night. Yes, we've shown everything. We've had the wonderful designer Marvin SIn on, and don't forget next weekend, Dudley Vassiano. Maybe is that his
Yeah,
last name?
yeah, yeah,
Dudley. Yeah, showing
yeah.
it's sculpture and it's glass, blown glass, and it's artwork, and it's phenomenal, and you've just got to come back and see it. So yes.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you, but when I first saw his work, I was just blown away. I was like, I
Oh
mean, I
yeah.
was impressed.
The colors are amazing. Colors, yes.
Yeah, I was really impressed. And the brother and I have been friends ever since. But hopefully we'll have him on the show next week. He's all set to go and ready to go. So we plan to have some art next week. And yeah, let's look at what's up there. I see a lot enough stuff up there. What's the
Oh,
name of the book?
the name of the
Interested
book
in
is
Africa
Africa
101.
101, The Wake Up Call. That's the name of the book.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, all right, Zanetta, let me know. I got you. You just need to know. I just need to know which ring you want. Okay, and to Toy, no problem with the silver bracelet, brother. We'll be in contact. That's not a problem. All right.
There you go. It's in the comments, everybody. Thank you,
Yeah.
Minhati. Book Africa 101, The Wake Up Call. I'm going to be ordering mine tonight. So, yes. All right. And
All
go to the
right.
Marvin SIn website as well. Okay.
Yeah, please check his website out. There's quite a few things on there. And once again, even if you just get your, what do you call it, checkbook liner, you're in good shape because you've gotten a piece of his work. And you need to have a piece of his work in your, along with your collection.
In
All
your
right.
collection, definitely. It's a must have. So, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you. Good night and see you next week.
All right.